Welcome, Taurus, to your November 2020 reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Or if you'd like to keep it out of the public forum, you can email me and I will be happy to email you in private. But let's get into your November reading. Now, your November reading starts out with a really strong position for you with your family, and this can also be your work family as well. But I'm feeling like you do have a lot of abundance and quite a lot of great, lots of stable energy and financial security when it comes to your family life and just your work life in general. You might have received a raise, or you could be putting some money away for your family, your kids. You've got nothing to worry about in that area. There's a lot of joyful contentment within your family as well, and just a really strong energy when it comes to that. And if you do have any worries or any concerns that you've been having about your family, and that can, as I mentioned, be your work family as well as your blood family, there's really nothing to worry about when it comes to that side of things for you. You've just got this feeling that things are going to be secure for your kids, and you're going to have the material comforts that you need, and everything kind of just feels right in November regarding any of that. And you've really got you can really feel proud of yourself as well, because I feel like this is something that you've achieved for yourself and for your family. So that's a really lovely way to start out November, particularly as this sort of brings you up into that Christmas period where you do have those family connections happening, if that's possible, where you live in the world. And in in America as well, for all of my American listeners, this November is your Thanksgiving, I'm feeling. I think I'm probably wrong, I don't know, but there's a lot of family energy around you that is strong and just secure. Now, I feel like this is quite welcome for you because you've got the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is that card where you can't always see what it is that's best for you. And sometimes things don't go the way that you've wanted or the way that you've envisioned. And it's kind of a message for you to, again, not worry too much about this, because the universe does know what's best for you in the end. And even if you don't see the path that's being laid out for you, what's important during these times is to refocus your mind and your heart and believe that the situation is going to serve you in the long run. So if you have had any emotional issues with your family or your loved ones, and there's some worry or concern around that area, just refocus your mind. When you focus on the things that went wrong, it only keeps you from being able to move forward, and moving forward, to in the direction of your eventual happiness, really. So you just really need to just let that emotion, that negativity, the things that had really hurt you from the past, just let it go and look to the future. You know, in the Five of Cups, it always has that image where, you know, there's three of the cups that have spilled and you're looking back at the spilled cups, but you don't see the two cups brimming with emotion and love and prosperity and emotional fulfillment right in front of you. So just change that focus and you will see that there are wonderful things ahead for you. You've got the Queen of Cups as well. Now this is a really deeply emotional card. It can relate to a water sign. So this is a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. But what this card also says is you've got to nurture yourself. You are just one of those nurturing signs. You are earthy. You are just people. Well, I'm a Capricorn, so I really feel grounded in your energy, and I always feel secure in your energy. But I feel you just have this natural caring ability, and you make a lot of people feel like that. And the Queen of Cups is kind of saying you need to nurture yourself in November. You've got to turn that focus onto yourself and stop, not stop nurturing other people, because I think that's just inherent in your nature, but you need to really look at yourself and, you know, just really nurture you as much as you would anyone else. Now, when the Queen of Cups comes up in a spread, it's like talking about feelings that are really running deep. And there's something really significant going on in your relationships. And this can be your romantic relationships or even your platonic relationships. And it's also a card of really profound psychic experiences. And you're really asked to listen to your guidance and your feelings and your intuition very closely. Now, a lot of the Taurians that I know, they are quite intuitive. So I feel that there could be some messages coming through for you in November, particularly to do with a relationship that may have been causing you some angst or some pain. And just get guidance from your angels and the spirit world to help guide you through that situation. Now, you've got the Six of Wands. What another amazingly wonderful card. This is a card of success, and it's not only, and you know, a card of success and of victory. And you know, this card is the victory card in the tarot deck. So you've really made a lot of great strides in your journey, and this often refers to your work, but it can be in any area of your life that you've been putting a lot of energy and a lot of effort into. But you know, it's a card of victory and a card of being acknowledged by your peers as well for a great job that you've done. And you know, it's almost like you've resolved some sort of issue that you've had. Again, could be work related, and you are really riding on that horse, you know, riding that horse into town, and to great applause. You know, you've been able to resolve any of the issues that have been coming up for you in November, and you are really going to be celebrated for that. Now, there could be, this card also talks about information that is headed your way that's going to make you extremely happy as well. Now, I do see you've got the Eight of Wands there, and that is like, whew, lots of information coming in, lots of emails, lots of messages, text messages, phone calls, all of that sort of stuff. So it's going to be, you're going to get some really nice information coming towards you. Now, you might even get an award or get a promotion, or really sort of achieve something that you've been working on for a while, whether it's a personal creative endeavor that you've been involved in. You're really going to achieve success. And it could, it could even mean that you actually can promote yourself. Like if you've got anything to do with the media, if you've written a book, if you are putting something out there to the world, you are really, it's a great time to do some self-promoting or some marketing in the media or stuff like that in November, if that does relate to you. Now, Nine of Swords. So this moves on to the Nine of Swords. And again, this is that card of worry and sleepless nights. And another thing about the Nine of Swords is it's kind of worry that often is unfounded. This is stuff that's going on in your mind, but it's almost like you, by worrying and stressing over whatever it is that you are worrying about, it is really drawing that energy to you. It is almost like you are creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. You are worrying and stressing and things, you are bringing that energy to you. It's almost like you're focusing so much on your fears or the negativity and that sort of stuff that you are going to manifest that into your reality. So it really talks about a time that you need to change your focus. And again, this kind of works in with that Five of Cups message. Turn that focus around and look to the future, because you are worrying about stuff that has gone on in the past that has hurt you. I do see the Three of Swords here in November. This is pain from the past. This can also, I'll go into the three in a little while, but it's just, sorry, I'm just trying to formulate the message here for you. It's like, it's not necessary for you to be worried about this. That's the message, really. You need to think that even though you get the Nine of Swords in your reading, it's kind of like a message from your angels to say that it's really time that you change the way that you think. And, that's always easier said than done. But I guess if the message keeps coming through, eventually something's just going to click, and we're going to be able to do that. You need to sort of find a way to concentrate on the results that you want, rather than worrying about the bad outcome that is on its way that may never come. But this could just talk about insomnia and unhappy dreams. And it can also talk about getting sick because of an illness, getting sick or getting ill because of stress, because you are stressing out and putting a lot of energy into worrying about stuff that you have no real power over. So you need to stop it and focus on the future. But you have the Empress card, and what a beautiful card as well for you. This is that card of saying, stop pondering your fate. Don't worry. Again, there's that other message there. Just get busy, get into it, think about the future. It's a card of prosperity, and you are just assured success at everything you put your mind to when the Empress card comes up. It's that card of fertility and manifesting your dreams, and just quite a sort of fertile time in your life. And this can be so fertile that you might be pregnant for some of you. This is a general reading, so obviously not all Taurians are going to be pregnant, but this can talk about that birth of this new creation, and this can be new work, new a role, a new baby, a new relationship. It can talk about things like that. And the Empress is the archetypal mother. So you really are going to be taking on a lot of that energy in November as well. I think that naturally comes to a lot of Taurians, regardless of whether you are male or female. But it is the domain for nurturing. And again, you know what? The message that comes through for this is you've got to remember to nurture yourself. And, you know, it's a card of giving birth, and giving birth, as I mentioned, it can be that literal giving birth of having a baby, but it's giving birth to the beginning of a project or a new phase of your life. And, you know, again, this card, I'm feeling book. For some of you, you might be writing a book or something like that. Yeah, I'm feeling like there's some sort of creative thing that you are starting as well for yourself in November. And it's time for you to really nurture it and make sure that it grows and goes well for you. But I do see that things are going to be going well for you, because you do have that Six of Wands, that card of success. But it's also like time to do a few little things, you know, luxurious things for yourself as well. Go out and just relax in nature, or just buy yourself a beautiful little treasure, jewelry, even getting a massage or some healing, some sort of healing Reiki or something like that you really enjoy, that makes you feel better, is also another message coming through for you. Now we come to that Eight of Wands card, which is what I was mentioning before about all of those messages. And, you know, the Eight of Wands is that busy type card. You know, things are happening, things are going in November, you're organizing stuff, you're running here, you're running there. But it's like you are just going to be filled to the brim with things to do in November. And what this card can also talk about is if things have been really quiet for you, the slow times are over starting from November. And there's going to be a lot of rapid shifts and a lot of activity. But I'm feeling like this can be great, particularly with the Empress there and that Six of Wands. You know, yeah, it's kind of welcome change I'm feeling for you. It's going to leave you feeling a little bit like flustered, but it's kind of, you're going to be happy about it, if that makes sense. It's like you're happy to have a lot of activity and a lot of things going on in your life. Yeah, so any of that, you know, there is a little bit of stress and tension that is related to the Eight of Wands, but I'm not feeling negative stuff. I'm feeling that it is stress that's coming from positive things for you. Now, the Three of Swords. This is that card where, you know, it does talk about sadness, and it can talk about things in your life that need to be healed. And I actually am feeling like this is the time that this stuff that you've been carrying for a while, you know, is going to be healed. And I feel like, you know, you might have suffered a loss in the past, or you're still haunted by some sort of pain from the past. There could have been some sort of issue in terms of a relationship that failed, or some betrayal, or that sort of stuff. But I'm feeling like November is the time for you to recover from this. And I feel like you will be successful in doing that. You are really going to be able to heal from this situation. Just allow yourself time and forgiveness. And forgiveness not only for the other people that may have caused you this pain, but forgiveness for yourself as well. Because we can often beat ourselves up about situations from the past. And, you know, there's so many messages coming through this month where you need to start nurturing yourself, release that, and really try to make those important steps to find your happiness again. You know, this can also mean be an indication of being unwell or illness, but I am feeling like things, because of the other cards that you have in the reading, I am feeling this is that time for things to change and heal in November. Now, your final card, Follow Your Bliss, and what a beautiful card this is. I love the imagery in this deck. It's the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn. Have a look at the imagery in the card. Look at it and just meditate on it, and allow intuitive messages to come through. There might be something there that just sparks something that means something for you specifically, and just allow those messages to come through. And that's true for all of the cards. If you see one of the cards that has some imagery in it that means something specific for you, those messages are significant. So you know, I do this for you, and these messages are always for you guys, so you interpret them the way they are meaningful for you. But I'm going to read out the meaning of this card, and the mantra for this card is your soul sings with joy. Do what gives you joy. Celebrate and have fun. You do not need to suffer to grow. In fact, true happiness comes from following the dictates of your soul. Take steps today to expand your joy. You don't need to do it all at once, but you do need to start. The universe wants you to know, if you don't follow your bliss now, when will you? If you've been waiting to act until circumstances are different or somehow better, you may have a long wait. Some people put off following their North Star until they graduate, get married, have kids, or retire. If you continue to do so, you may never attain genuine happiness. Take steps today to experience the sweet nectar of life. Wow, what a beautiful card. And you know, that is kind of tying in again with the Queen of Cups and the Empress card. Like, nurture yourself, allow yourself to feel that joy in your life, and release that negativity of the past and the things that are hurting you emotionally and mentally, and just embrace this wonderful future that you have coming up for you, my beautiful Taurians. Have a wonderful November. If you're into crystal jewelry, check out my website at kazana.com.au. They are all one-off pieces, handmade and hand designed in Australia by an Australian designer. So if you're into that stuff, check that out. The meanings of all of the crystals are on that website as well. So have a wonderful November, Taurians. Bye, love you.